Temporary deed for the city ordinance, and the ordinance is chapter 13, it does discuss recreational vehicles. And it deals with specifically the leasing of private property space to seasonal or transient workers, people coming through this area like they be doing here. And then I basically stated what's in our ordinance about what actually conforms to the definition of this ordinance, stated what a recreational vehicle is and what it would include. The next little paragraph, recreational vehicle cannot be parked and used for seasonal or transient work housing on public right-of-way, streets or alleys. And power connections, electrical and water must come from the host house or power loop installed by homeowner on their own property after meter. So that was something that some of the community said they didn't put into theirs. Some of these people have their own generators. They're just looking for a place to put it. Recreational vehicles used for seasonal or transient workers must be registered with the city with the name of the homeowner, the address of the occupier, name of occupant, and correct registered license number. We don't want to drag something unlicensed junk into town and just pack it in. All recreational vehicles that are registered with the city for this purpose are subject to inspection by the city. And then, of course, I put down at the bottom, it's up to the council if they even want to consider this, what dates that would be. Most dates for transient and seasonal people are April 15th to October 15th. And then, of course, as this being a temporary easement, it's not permanent change to the ordinance. So, with that, with what a lot of people have asked me about, that's why I'm bringing this to the council for their consideration, because these people are coming. They're going to be there. And they're going to be coming through now. They're going to be looking for things like this. And I thought maybe we ought to have something in place to deal with it. So that's where that came from. Give your mic back. What's that?
I just had a copy of our actual chapter 13 code. That was the addition. It actually shows the actual code that we currently have.
Do you have the date of that meeting? Sorry, do you have the date of the meeting that they're coming out to talk?
I will go check the community calendar before we.
How many workers were projected to come from the solar array? Was there a estimated number?
The estimated number was 130.
Does the city own a large plot plan that we can have it all condensed into one area instead of
That are not,
pockets of-
none that are set up for campers.
None that are set for campers. Okay. Thank you.
A lot of the homes that are here not set for campers either, right?
Some more.
Some.
One
I know some.
or trash.
Right. But this here would allow me to put 3 or 4 on my property too, right?
Yeah.
So if everybody in town can have 2 or 3 KOA, injection KOA.
Jefferson.
Okay.
I don't want to hit the generators at all. I don't want
If they're not staying here, they're not spending money here, they're going to Denver. They're going somewhere.
They go back and forth.
Yeah. Some of them probably regulated for the order. It's just something that I saw happen here once before. And there was nothing done to encapsulate it. And this was just a top added on that of how to deal with it.
My only thought is how many transient workers do you think are gonna come up to the city and register their camper?
Well, that's the
That's,
thing.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they all will, because if they're in town and they're not there, I will visit.
How many people-
Homeowners.
How many people have RVs on their properties right now that are registered with the city?
That are registered with the city?
Yeah, none. That's even in our code right now, that they're supposed to.
They own them. They don't have to register.
If
Only
they're
they're
occupied,
staying
if
there.
people are correct, and how many you've registered, that have been in these towns over 2 weeks?
Yeah.
None.
I asked the city of Jefferson if they had that same issue, if they ran into it. And what the city told me is we basically ignored it.
We are not Jefferson.
Thank you.
No, that's.
No.
We had complaints last time we had that, and we didn't follow ordinance and just allowed the park wherever. So,
We have complaints right now.
yeah, so I don't know
This is Danny's lane.
if we just, I don't know if we want to do this. I mean, I get trying to house business here if possible, but there's a risk to that too with everyone. When the windmills were here, there's a lot of people that come on 2 council meetings and complained about the noise late at night and, you know,
But they're running generators and things like that.
so I don't. Yeah, they allow this, they can let us go.
Well, I just don't think we should take business, we got the gun, what, trailer court, I don't know how many get out of there. Mr. Higgins, you've got a lot now or not? You should take, I'm sorry, I don't think you should take this business and the Hopkins, they own one outside of town? Okay, maybe we should figure out
It's
how
outside
many.
of town. That's
Maybe
great.
we should figure out how many.
outside of town. That's in the city limits?
No, it's out.
Okay, but what I'm
It's
saying.
outside, you're not seeing it like the city in the yard.
Well, that's no different than me parking my human driveway.
No,
It's a big difference.
Not really.
It's a huge difference.
Probably be if I put an outlet and they close in, or they're gonna break it.
It's your camper, you're not having to be able to.
Is there a
That's what it
So let's vote.
Let's, are we gonna do it or not do it?
is. I'd like to see more
Yeah, I mean.
more control on this one.
Yeah.
And he doesn't.
Yeah.
If you research, leave the office.
Okay, yeah, it's- it's more. If it is not, you want to go right there. Can we argue on both sides?
Okay. Bob Osberger would like to, improve the town.
Could be a place for people to stay while they're working on solar. We have a green gable cabin. And by we, I mean the Lincoln Highway Association kind of inherited this from Bob Owens, who has since passed away. Dale and I spent off and on about a week trying to get the cabin up, made a few repairs, and then we moved it to Quirk's. What used to be Quirk's Cabin Court in Jefferson, which is across from the fairgrounds. And after we moved it there, the zoning person informed us that the zoning rules in Jefferson would not allow us to have an additional building there. So Joyce said instead of just having a continuous battle with Jefferson, we see if we could move it to Grand Junction, have a property be across the street in this part of the garden. And maybe across the alley to the north, maybe north of the gazebo. But it would, the city owns all the property over there, where it's at,
One little corner of it now.
except for one right corner.
But as part of the history of the Lincoln Highway, I actually, as a child, stayed in, I don't know, the Green Gables, but they had the same kind of setup in Carroll County. As a child, I used to stay in there, just a small little thing. You gonna have a plaque there or what, say what it is?
Yeah, we have interpretive information there. And, it's in, pretty good shape, but it does need a coat of paint and eventually it's gonna need a roof. It's about 12 by 16, so it's not too big a deal to,
Actually,
put it in good shape, really good shape.
the Rolls, I think he was a senator or representative of Iowa at one time. I think he's related to the Rolls around here. You know, Dave?
Yeah, he was.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm the vice president of Lincoln Highway Association in Iowa. Bob asked me to come up and help represent him. This is a picture of the Green Gables. Probably most people don't remember these cabins in Grand Junction also. We had 2 or 3 places that had cabins besides the motel. So I think it'd be fitting to have it in town. We are a national byway now. We could get more grants. We're hoping we get it moved here, we can get more grants to get it fixed up and possibly get it so it's rentable. The city could rent it out for people to stay.
Or weddings or something
So-
rather than sleeping.
I just heard a little moral support. He's got quite a museum over here. You know, it attracts people. We gotta get people coming to town.
I think it's great, it's historical, it's perfect.
I'd like to say something about it. I'd like to see how it's put in there, so it doesn't end up like that damn tank over in Jefferson where you can't see it. Put it out there and make it be seeable where you can actually see it. Not hide it like you did with the tank over in Jefferson.
Like Kenny said, we got a lot right next door to drop and the city owns it.
That's a good idea.
That'd be a great improvement to the town. People want to see it, they don't want to hit it.
That's true.
Actually,
Our
where
sign
he
isn't
wants to
that
put it,
big.
I'm kind of in favor of, because
I-
it's a decision on that.
Great, my sister's come from Oklahoma.
I don't know if he agrees with us on the north side of the road, north of the park over there. I'm sitting on the north side.
The main
It
thing,
wouldn't take away from the view of the park and it would enhance it.
And with Bob, it's not gonna be a wreck.
That's my opinion.
The other option there, but
Have you guys read it, the whole thing in your packet?
the other option is the other corner, like I said, behind the people who have to do power pole there, so we could actually get electricians there at that door.
And that's-
Basically light it up or do anything at that point. Again, he's just basically asking permission to bring it over here, right?
yeah,
Not placement yet, just permission to get it over here.
but the problem, we're thinking in terms of somewhere right here on the highway, right?
Yeah, closer to the road actually would be better than back by the track, because we're gonna get people to stay in it.
That's kind of what I
Get away from the track.
Everything you do over there is nice, so you know it's gonna look nice.
Are you gonna handle that moving of it, the foundation of it, and all that, Bob?
We are,
Okay.
you're remembering.
That's a.
Yeah.
It would be.
I don't think your wood skids will make it here.
Read this one right
We
there.
can figure it.
Like in Jefferson.
Another,
Do I have a motion to do this?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to, okay, bring it here. Place to be decided.
Thank you.
Sorry. Motion carried.
Thanks, Bob.
thank you.
Says here, the city clerk to attend the Iowa Municipal Professional Institute, July 19th to the 22nd, 21 in Ames.
I say no.
Jerry,
Yeah, there's a class you said you wanted me to attend.
The clerk's
How much is it?
I don't think she should until she's gonna pass probation.
Probation.
Well, if I do that, it's another year.
Well, you need to say you're gonna be here in 6 years. We don't know.
$16 a credit hour.
So that's how much?
There are 50 credits on the basic. Clerk portions are 25. So 400.
After probationary period.
This teacher can't do everything, right?
So we're sending like when you go on probation, or after probation, we said about a year. So we want her to learn how to do everything right after the year.
She should have had training
Should have, but she got the job,
But I
and it
did
didn't
not.
matter. They hired her.
For 30 days,
I feel
you're
like
not
she should
learning
have
anything.
run my account correctly before that year's up. We know she doesn't know how to run. And she
Then
has
you don't apply for the job.
Oh,
Should
sure,
you?
you can apply for any job you want, they're going up to hire you, you didn't have to qualification.
That is a good point right there.
Okay. City council, you gonna send her or not? Do we have a motion?
That's a good courses, so. So wait a year to do it. It's 30, I don't know, 30 days.
30 days is actually, I started the 26th of April, and July 26th is 90 days, which is last one is the 22nd.
So. Seems petty that one for a year.
No, they kind of want, recommend you sending your clerks to the class.
Motion carried.
So is that a yes or a no? We couldn't hear.
Yes, motion carried.
Three
That was by-
yeses and a no.
There were 3 yeses?
Family pool pass. Give away to the needy family.
We have an anonymous donation of a family pool pass, and it is up to the council to decide which family to give it to. So we're hoping to open it up to suggestions from the citizens of a family in need that maybe has children and can't afford a family pool pass. So anybody can holler out these, or write it on a piece of paper, you can give it to me if you want.
Like maybe I said, who comes to the pool, who hasn't been, they didn't get a pass this year. That'd be my bet, yeah.
It was just donated as a family in need, someone that would actually use it.
Probably better than us that don't know who actually use it now.
We were hoping to see some names possibly, but I don't know how else to do it.
I think everybody can already got the pool pass, but a lot of them.
Well, that's what we're saying, is someone who can't afford one. It was a donation for a family who can't afford it for pass.
I think we can probably put it on hold and ask her, again, ask her.
That's fine, yeah, that's fine. Just-
There's a lot
Anybody
of
got any,
people
if you want to write it on a piece of
that-
paper, if you don't want to shout out a name, that's fine too. You can just drop it in my office or in the little mailbox outside the front door. If anybody has a suggestion.
And put a name in the mailbox.
Okay, see another Facebook post,
I can,
throw it up there. Suggestions.
yes.
Brett, Fire Department, ICAP submission. What's that?
The $1,000 ICAP grant that we talked about last month, I submitted one to the fire department for new helmets
We're trying to slowly but surely get new ones, as most of ours are expired due to winter seasons. I got a quote for 6 of them, which is $1,590. So then we'd only have to cover $590 out of our budget.
And on that note, we have not had any other departments submit an IT position. We're the only one.
Shoot, what? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Pardon?
I didn't hear what you said.
Their department is the only one to submit an ICAP submission. No one else has submitted one. So it's not like they're going up against
They
something.
kind of, you know, yeah, the fire help, so they kind of, you know.
Make a motion.
Motion to approve the fire department's $1,000 submission.
Motion carried.
Tree, Google tree on railroad.
Dale approached me a while back. There's a tree that's in the city right of way, blocking access to his garage, I mean, to be able to get big stuff in and out. He would like to get taken down, however, it was not damaged by FEMA, so I couldn't put it on FEMA. So I'm coming to the council to see if you guys will approve, if we can get that tree removed.
Is dead?
No.
Just in the way.
Is this something you're going to do, or you're gonna have?
Well, it's gonna be dead because they had to cut the branches that came down on the line. That's why I thought we'd sneak it through with the,
Do you drop it, drag it?
No.
no,
It's right next to high voltage power lines.
yeah, it's too dangerous for
It's
him.
not on the property.
Did the chief bid on it?
Okay.
Chief.
Is that approved?
Is he still on?
He told me 800 to drop it and clean it up.
Will you clean it up?
I can, yes.
Your spare time?
How much does it drop?
I have no idea. He said he could not eat some of it because of the power line.
Where's that at, Dale?
Mason.
What's that?
Where was that at?
Right next to my east draw.
East Garage?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think 500 will do it? To just drop it? Yeah. Probably. Okay. And when do we pay it the $500 to drop it?
Okay. Second.
Motion carried for up to 500. We're out to clean up.
Or we just leave it? That's all we're talking. Well, let's get forward.
Brand fireworks.
In the past, we have changed, or right now, our current ordinance allows firework permits and fireworks from June 1st through July 8th. We go through this every year, we change it every year. July 4th happens to be a Sunday. So what do we want to do? 2nd to the 4th, that'd be Friday through that Sunday.
Sunday will be like Monday.
I knew you were doing that too, Chad.
I know.
I hate it.
Monday, yeah. Friday through Monday, 2nd to the 5th.
Yeah.
That's a newsletter item. They gotta come in and get permits.
You know, you just decide when you want to do it, and then they go. I'll give them, yeah.
Keep the hours the same, 9 AM to 10 PM. Except on the 4th, which is 11. That's not good. Okay.
We doubt it for 2. You know, if they go over an hour.
Oh, I know.
know.
So, I move we do the change firework ordinance for this year for
July 2nd to July 5th. 9 to 10, set down 4 to 11.
Yep.
By permit.
Ice cream.
So I operate an ice cream truck in Boone and Ogden, and I'd also like to bring it to Grand Junction. I live here in town, and I want clarification on the prices of the permit. Currently, I pay $20 a year in Boone, $25 a year in Ogden, and I checked with here, and I need a bond, and it's $10 a day or $30 a week. And definitely not competitive.
That's not it. It's $5.
$5.
Permit's $5.
Oh, that's way better.
That's per code.
You
Permit.
drive up and down East Street, ring a bell.
Play music.
Should extend no longer than 60 days. I mean, it's gotta be renewed every 60 days. But it's for $5, but you do have to have $1,000 bond.
He says it's $5.
I don't know where those, where you got those.
Out of the ordinance book.
Not ours.
Now, do I?
This is like for Denison. I was looking to find these numbers, you know, closest place I found.
It's what was in the permit file, honestly, that's where I got this from.
104.
Okay.
So cool. No, oh, Jesus.
So are you okay then with the $5 per day that you come through for the 6 months?
$5.
$5, 60 days.
Okay. Now, how often do I have to renew that? Is that every 2 year or is it every 60 days?
1 year. Bond shall not be required until 1 year, right? Looks like it's a 1 year bond. Retired. So 1 expiration. It doesn't really say. It has a 60-day permit, no longer than 60 days. But it doesn't say the length of a bond.
Let up to the company.
Yeah, that's.
And when you come back after 50 days, you get another permit.
Take a day off.
That's what it said, basically, it permits good for 60 days.
Sometimes very nice.
Doesn't look like we have to, it just apply to City Hall.
Say it all again, Brian, what, it's $5
Yeah.
for 50 days?
60.
Take a day off, do it the next day. Keep on a roll. I sell that to you, I'm excited to know.
For 60 days.
So designation.
Everything. Not needed in cities right
How many days do you want? Sit there, do it. Sit there, do it.
Apply. Get your bond applied.
both.
Talk with him, wait, Jason has ice cream.
Okay. Jerry Kennedy approached my wife and myself. He has this old one-horse sleigh. It's almost an immaculate condition. Gave it to my wife and I from the town of Grand Junction. But the thing is very big, or like two people can pick it up. But he wanted to do something, so I discussed it with 2 or 3 people, and I thought it'd be nice to have around Thanksgiving to set it out, or Christmas to set it out. And the people, organizations can gather here, put something where we want to do to it. But Rick and I went over here, the place will fit. She said, I got my shop right now, but that's not a place for it to be. It's dirty over there. We got it covered up. But if the town doesn't want it, fine, I'll keep it. But I thought it would be a nice addition to the town. It's got some history to it. In fact, it goes back to originally from Ida Lefty. She was originally married Bill Lefty. And it's been passed down through the family. And the jury wanted to keep it for the town, so I said that proceed. It's up to you guys.
I want to interject just a little bit. Jerry's a little confused. That sleigh really was not his. That sleigh was not Jerry's. The sleigh belongs to the Gibson family in Scranton. And it's okay that the city accepts it, because I talked to Chop and he either wanted it in my museum or the city to have it. The grandmother lived right outside of town, and so that's how that worked. It was on loan from the Gibson family. And so you can verify that. So anyway, that's what Chop Gibson wants, it to stay in Grand Junction.
Yeah,
City. And they want it to be city owned.
Yeah.
And so we want it, if you guys vote on it, that's where it wants to be.
Neither they had a daughter. She married Glenn Winger. Glenn Winger had a daughter. She married Chop Gibson. And that's how Chop ended up. But Dale, don't you think that'd be nice as a controlled environment?
Yeah,
Heated and cool. Humidity.
Yeah, when I talked to Chop and his
Right.
wife, they wanted me to have it in my museum or something room. And so, he said, but it's got to stay in the city. Be city owned.
So they agree to it. And now, you can now talk.
Okay, I just want to know if she's going to check into that grant, file the papers, and possibly look for other grants that we could get to get these sewer system and water system fixed. I mean, I gave her the name of it. Other towns have got it. And I think that's her job, not Brett's. So don't say Brett, check into it.
Brian, Rick, are you working
Hi,
on
Rick.
any grants for the sewer system, water system?
Lane.
I had to work with the USDA, short ones, and we have done grants and like that. you have a heck of a time with their system, their program, and also there was an issue with, had to be a point of contact with the lawsuit person that was a judiciary here, money in for the city, which I've been waiting for, got to get on the work for that, because that's what's gonna have to go through, whoever does that. So, once we have that established, and then we can recontact and start the process. But the
But there's-
USDA does have grants for infrastructure such as sewers, water lines, and things like that, but they do have other ones, really good way, it's just they have a very complicated application system.
Well, there should be other grants and stuff too to help with that. I mean, it's gonna cost an awful lot. So, I mean, I think we need to be looking at other grants and things that we can get money to help pay for, because it needs to be replaced.
If we expect it to be grants, we should send her to that class on how to write a letter.
You should, we can find grant writers. We have grant writers here in town that will volunteer. We have great ones. All it has to be, we put it on Facebook.
That's part of their job.
But it is part of the job.
And
Is that what you want to
they're
know,
sitting
and
here
have
to
her follow through then with Rick? About this grant?
There's, well, yeah, this grant, but there's more grants out there that need to be
You know, there's
found
lots of
that we can
We-
apply for.
We had a guy contact you, or
City ordinance.
Yeah, you have the card in there.
he stopped in and he would guide us to do grants, and I said, "Who are you from?" And he said, he was from, worked through the state somewhere, didn't he? And he was wanting to have Grand Junction, we were, Jefferson gets everything they can get, but none of the other little towns around it does. So he gives the card, we're to get a hold of him, and he won't write the grant for us, but he'll show us exactly how to do it. And go from there.
We have one of the girls that were here for the, pod class, that came in to show us the pod housing. She offered to come down, ISU, she offered to come in and help with grants.
Region local.
Yeah, they offered, they were wonderful. And every morning you can check on the grant site and it's right there.
And maybe somebody should attend the meeting where the Grow Green County,
You can
the
check.
casino money.
Grant.
I mean, has anybody attended any of those to try and get any of that money? Because, I mean, I know Scranton's gotten quite a bit.
We just got 70 cents down.
We have.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, we apply
Nothing
for
compared to
the
what we can
grant,
get.
plus we get the regular grant as well.
We can get a lot of that. We just have to put
So
out.
if that's not out there.
This was the first year we applied for a big grant, we said, yeah, so continue to do that,
Okay.
yeah.
I can do that.
So we have been trying to, get things started. Brian, you're next. Discussing,
I just had an idea. I know that we go to have monthly council meetings. We have citizens out here now. I'd almost like to see a community meeting, if possible. Not to make it an unofficial meeting, it's not, I wouldn't even call it a meeting. Community event, community, whatever you call it. Where the council members, the mayor can make themselves available, not sit at a table format like this. He puts on.
like a fireside chat.
Correct. Just to let the people of the town talk to us, give us their ideas of what they want to see, what they want brought up, what they want to do. I mean, we hear it from a few people who come in. I know that when you've had community meetings, you've had a lot of people show up. And I'm just, was curious if you guys would be interested in something like that. And that's it.
That's a good idea.
And that's it, just got some time and date when we want to do it.
Canadian. Next, Mason Jar liquor license review. Laura,
Is that something we need to vote on?
are they done?
Well, you want to say that you done?
Yeah.
If everyone says that, I don't do it.
Hold on.
You want it on a Monday, you want it midweek, I mean, doesn't have to be on a Monday, it can be on a Wednesday. You got a Saturday, probably not. Any dates good for you in this couple weeks? No?
You have to have some kind of moderator, otherwise you can have everybody talking at the same time.
Well, this is, if you got people in different parts of the room, and that way people can go to where they want to.
Oh, I see.
Things like that, not a formal like this.
Okay.
What? So the week of 28th? 28th. It's my birthday.
Drugs, text messaging, swapping, shit.
Okay, Wednesday? No Wednesday, okay. So Tuesday, 29th? What? In the month event? Well, at least three of us to be here, Derek could be here at 4.
So we have
Work on it, or next week. We're gonna do a good activity. Okay. So what day next week? Okay, right. Monday, the 21st? Sure. Last year, okay. All these people are gonna get tired, feel like. Do what? We have a community. You get there.
At what time? 7.
Okay, 7.
Okay, we have a motion, with a second? Are you abstaining or are you saying yes? And no?
I'm not gonna be here at all. I'll vote no.
You're gonna get the word out.
Kathy, if you make one, I'll make it up in there as well.
We're done on that, yes.
Mason Jar liquor license renewal, Laura.
Just thinking that we need to either pass or decline, because last month, I don't know if it was clear what really happened on the Mason Jar. So, us as a council, we need to either approve or decline.
Okay, Lori, how
No
did
restrictions.
how did you feel with it? And this does pertain to me, so I am going to speak. How did it go? How was it voted? For your understanding?
From my understanding, I thought it was approved.
Yeah,
Contingent upon their inspections.
that was your words, not anybody else in council. No, because we have it on recording.
Good.
It was, no, you said
They were suggested by you.
by you.
That's right.
That's the only problem that they have. No, because health, you know, health department goes 1-on-1. We talked about it out there. You and I.
example of put with somebody else in the organization, I think,
Right, and that's exactly what you said. That's exactly what you said, and then Chad, it went through, and that's the only reason I said pertaining, and I apologize, Betsy, didn't mean it any other rude way, I was just trying to
I
make
didn't even hear it.
my point. It's okay, good. I'm putting my point here, wave your little thing, that's fine. But it went through, and until you had suggested it, it had gone through, and they said for health department. So that's what had happened.
He said he approved it as long as everything was done. And I said, then what you're saying is you make a motion that it's approved if they have their inspections. And he said, yes, as long as they're done and approved, which you have not done.
That was Chad.
Any other time that we've passed a liquor license in here, it's just been yes or no. There's been no other information.
Or input by a clerk.
Including 30 hours. No, just yes or no, right?
On an alcohol permit, you have to have a health inspection
Correct.
and a maximum occupancy inspection that you have not had.
You're absolutely correct.
Okay,
But
so
it's
you can't
not, but
approve
it's not the city's responsibility to make sure we have a health department. And that.
It actually
works through
is,
the
I have
state.
to answer those.
You can answer no.
I know, and
Okay.
I've submitted it, then my part is done, and I don't know why
So
you're
then-
saying to me.
What they're saying at the alcohol board is it said use contingent, it was actually, it was written out there was contingent upon somebody.
I marked no to both of them, and that was it was filed in a timely manner, it's exactly what
So
it says.
alcohol's lying to us, the alcohol board is.
I'm telling you exactly what I put, and I can go print it out right now.
Okay,
I marked no on both of the
Okay.
inspections, and that it was filed in
I
a
would
timely
appreciate
manner
that.
by the city.
then I can we can go through them and ask them why they did that.
Yep.
Okay.
Next.
And, yeah, the
So
swap.
you done your part,
Yes, I
right?
can, the blackout, so I will print the license. Because I don't have to be-
Does that resolve things? What's
No. But it's
No.
not going anywhere, it's not going to resolve itself, so.
You know, it's not gonna, it's not gonna resolve, we still are, we'll be a month behind, we have to go with the alcohol department and go through the BS, because somewhere, something was done, but when she hands me the paper, I can then ask them what the deal is and how that went through, or someone perhaps called, and, which would be asinine, but I can still do that, and we'll find out what the deal is on that.
We're done with this one?
Yes, you guys.
Bill payment resolution, Brian.
Basically, it's come to our attention that we're blindly just paying all bills that come in. It's different. We have-
Don't you get a list of the bills?
Yeah, we got after the fact. So we get to look at the bills after they've already been paid. There was a resolution back in 2016 that lists the bills that can be paid without a resolution. I just want to make sure that maybe we go back to that so that people like, I know that concrete pour out here, we had many discussions in council as they didn't do it right the first time, they didn't do it right the second time, and we were going to talk to them and not pay it. Yet it got paid, because it came in, it got paid, it was never approved by council. So, that's all I'm saying, is we've got a resolution that they paid 2016, that we need to go back to look at that resolution and pay the bills accordingly. And if we have to approve bills, have a set of bills that we approve at a council meeting, and we approve those bills at the council meeting.
Because the sidewalk that was done is breaking now, that they did. It's lifting already. It was just
Yeah,
done.
it's been quarter inch or so on that sidewalk, because it is rebar now. So it's got years long.
So at the council meeting, what we do, we go to the bills, and go down each one of them before we're paid.
Well, we have to go down each one. But if there is a list of these are the bills that are paid, here's the bills that are owed. We all get it, so right ahead of time, we'll see those bills. If we have any questions, we bring them up right there at the very beginning, No question, we'll pay the bills.
Couple of those bills, Casey Store was one of them. And if you don't pay it instantly, they charge you $50.
And it's covered.
You can pay that.
Yeah. That's covered in that resolution.
Okay. Okay.
No.
So, this is what you want to go back to?
Well, that's what's in place now. I'm saying.
That's what it is now.
That's what it's supposed to be now, yeah. We've wandered away from that, and there's been several bills that have showed up that have been paid that we didn't even know. That's all.
Whatever you want. You control the money.
I don't. I'm one of
You guys do.
20%.
25% of that. Update on vandalized play equipment. Starting some repairs.
I've got cat work me some, ready remover. I tried to find a single bolt.
What?
Because I ordered double, single bolt rock picks. Trying to replace the rock.
I'm sorry, Brett, I couldn't hear
The
you.
grips on the plate were not there.
Or got out of the machine. I ordered some, but I didn't realize that they were double bolt, or the ones we have are just a single bolt, and I hadn't ordered double. So I'm trying to find the single ones that are, I can find them in like really bright colors, but I'm trying to get the same ones we have. I got bright color now, I guess I don't know if it matters, but the mats I'm still trying to figure out.
Yeah, because they're still pulling those up and finding pieces all over.
Yeah.
And we
I
need
guess
a trash
If
can
you don't
too.
care that it matches, you probably get some. Otherwise,
It might seem better.
Andy, do you care for Parks and Rec? I don't care either, I think the kids will be excited.
Yeah, like I said, whatever got me some vandalism removers, trying to get all that off.
All will do that. Give it to me, I don't have a problem with it.
Old school cycle.
Do we have anything we'd like to do with it?
We, in fact, Rick and I this morning talked to Sean Moss. And we've been through this before a while. They closed the school quicker than it's supposed to. The promise of 10, we had 3 or 4. They tore it down and said they put it back to grade level. And that's where we're at now. I guessed it at 40 loads, dirt, put it back up to grade. Andy Murphy came over. Sean Moss thought maybe 12. Superintendent thought 12. Murphy said that we got 40 loads for it. put Green County schools on hold. I told Sean, I don't care if it takes one load or 100 loads. The deal was to put us back to grade. Well, they're having a school board meeting, they're discussing, so. I don't know. What you got out of the deal, Rick?
Tim Christian's gonna offer $5,000. I talked to Eddie Murphy about that. He said he won't do it, but he said I can do that job not to exceed 8,000. You don't need to tell that back to Sean. I told Sean, he told Tim. And now we're going into this meeting with it. We don't know what that's gonna end up being.
So that's where we're at as far as getting the ground back level again. And after that, I don't know.
Are you thinking right before winter? I mean,
But this may not be done for, I don't know how long.
Well, I know that if somebody run out there, they end up with something to throw at Park and Rec since they need to design something. Use ISU templates from 2 years ago this year, and see if you guys can come up with a lot of them that say park, not park, walking trail.
we do have walking trail.
I mean, you get the plans out there that, you know, as far as building anything, even after you put that dirt in there, it's gonna take a while for it to settle down right before you build anything.
That's all, just
But that's where we're at on this property. One of the school board meetings when, Rick?
He said,
Next couple of days, wasn't it?
I think the next few days, this week, something.
The meetings this week,
Then we'll have a fall.
Kat, you know when the meeting is? Or will they tell you then? So you can let us
I'm
know.
wondering when the school board meeting is.
We don't know, couple of days. Yeah, keep
Will
finding
you put
out.
on Facebook? Please.
But that was their agreement, of course, they haven't followed through on any of their agreements.
Did you get it in writing? Because he's a lion.
She has to put that in writing.
Well, I don't know what it was, when the people voted. I was warned them. They said it'd be 10 years, or 3 or 4 years, it tore down. I don't think you're gonna get him to put much in writing.
It's certainly-
school board meets the 16th, so it's
Thank you. At what time?
5:15.
Thank you, John.
And that's not- Is that still at that one building?
It's at the middle school.
The middle
old
school?
high school.
Okay.
That would be last year as well.
I think they're just what.
No, I'll find that stuff.
Just want to interrupt just a minute. I had to say we order not to bring this up, but we're losing one of the best things we have in Grand Junction, our museum. One of our museums is on the auction block. So if there's anything that you guys or families got that's in there, it's on online auction. The Kennedy Museum is quite a loss that the town can step in and do something. It's a sad day, I'll tell you that.
I personally, probably you have too, tried to work with for a long
Yeah.
time.
We tried to keep it here,
Yeah,
just didn't work.
we tried.
Yeah,
Too many errors.
yeah. But anyway, health reasons is the reason he has to get out. Yeah. So you can help out the family, you know, whatever. Lot of history at Grand Junction. Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, Dan.
city clerk's duties and the need for a financial officer. Brian,
We discussed it when we hired her full-time. I have no problem with Andy, you know that. We had 2 part-timers, now we have a full-timer. What are we doing? You just saw our payroll from our ICAP on 20,000 last year.
That was not me. I wasn't even here.
I know, but it's gonna go up more. You know, and we all had a discussion. We were hiring her full-time. What are we gonna do with her part-time? So,
If I may, Andy actually has only worked a couple hours a week, other than the times that she was training me, because obviously I have to be with her while she's training me. We have worked many nights with her training me on G-Works, payroll, how to pay invoices, which invoices, how to do it. All of that great. I honestly, I would have been lost without her at that point. But the last couple of weeks, maybe 3 hours, maybe. And that was because I actually needed you to come in and help me with
she's
something.
slowly phasing out.
But I don't think we can get rid of her totally, because obviously sooner or later I'm taking vacation days or I'm having sick days and things like that. So I don't want to get rid of her me personally, I don't want to get rid of her as an employee, because you will probably need her to come in and fill my shoes here or there, and she's okay with that as well, being like on call.
You're okay with that, Andy?
I'm fine with that. I kind of just let her take the reins and said, you've got something you're not comfortable with, you want me to come in and do it. I was under the assumption that she was full-time, that she needed to know how to do the bills, how to do the payroll, how to do the reports. So definitely if there's a day where she said, I just don't have time to do it during the day, but if she can get it all done in her regular working, I've just kind of turned the reins over to her. So, and just kind of been left to call me immediately, text me, email me, whatever. I can stop here anytime, so. Just haven't closed the book right now, so I'm still here.
Okay, Mayor,
How'd that turn out?
talk to Tyler today. He's close. He's not here yet. He's supposed to meet me this afternoon, never showed. So, the one call's all been done. I told him I was concerned about some of the people that live along there. Friend of mine, already, yes. This guy, he puts in a 26-foot section of pipe, bedded it, packs it. She shouldn't be half a day at the most being pinned into her house.
But what about the others on the street, Jerry? I mean, she's my mom.
The others on the street.
Same way as they come
Oh,
along.
okay, well, you were just talking about her. And like I
Well,
said, she's
the
my
one-
mom, but I want it for
She was the one
everybody.
that was talking to me, concerned with me. The others had not said anything, but the same procedure does with them too.
Okay.
in other words, you're gonna do their best to not prolong it. You know, they get, they're not gonna take everybody out and
And when
say,
it's done, the driveway packed down. Brett's got white rock out there to redo the driveway.
That's not what my brother told you, Jerry.
Told me,
That's not what Kenny told you. Kenny, we don't want White Rock down.
okay?
Kenny said he told you we wanted it back the way it was. Brick. We paid a lot of money years ago to have that brick laid. And that's what he wants put back, not the White Rock. Because that's not gonna fit in anything else in that yard. I mean, it's gonna stick out like a
You
sore thumb.
understand, you can't lay the brick right square on dirt, you have to have the base on dirt.
I'll have
Might
to,
not be white rock, but it has to be sand or something.
well, yeah, as long as the brick is put back down there.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't,
Well, I'll have Kenny come talk to you again.
Well, it makes sense to put it back to how they have it. They have brick there. But carefully remove the brick and then put the brick, put the brick back down.
council, do they have anything?
Thank you, everybody, that helped with cleanup days, thought that was going well. So nice job by everybody that helped volunteer for that, appreciate it. We got 3 metal dumpsters and
Made it to 7.
state 7.
Made it to 7.
7
Made
dumpsters.
it into trampoline, somebody left one out. We got run in, I think we got run in Saturday night or Sunday, and they got stuck on one of the rubbish dumpsters. Of course, it's not collapsed, so it was hanging over, so Walter threw it off, and then when that driver, they put it over the metal pile. And then Pickens would say, yeah, no.
That was so smooth.
Public works.
Clockwork.
I don't have much. You guys got my report, other than I ordered a new, for the pool. Looking here, register stacks here. Yeah. Oh, pressure switch, sorry. So that'll be in, probably next week.
Or that ministry.
What's that?
Or that ministry.
Got one more announcement. I hate it. But Randy France has resigned. So his position is open. Yeah, I'm the council pick somebody, find somebody interested.
I guess it went now.
Pardon?
He resigned today.
About an hour before the meeting.
So, he's on Park and Rec too.
Yeah, he's kind
He's on Park and Rec too, so that's second line position.
He's still being on the board.
Yeah, it's true. But definitely not your answer.
you kind of said. He's got a good thing.
So we have to pick somebody for a 6-month term,
Just left.
or a 5-month term, doesn't it?
Well-
Or 4-month, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know.
Or are we looking at next year?
Yeah, 60 hours. You finish out his,
No, that's not.
So you have 60 days to appoint, and all the vacancies and such, that goes to the election. So then they serve until the next city election. About a 8 term. It is. That's all one.
You got the woman.
Sherry.
I don't know, it's no longer like-
Guys,
That would make the requirement,
we're
there's,
trying to hear these.
there might be an exception that if the city goes to the election.
I think it's looking to pass.
Cool.
You're all right there?
No.
You could look into those to find out if there's an exception or what we have to do. If we have to pick somebody to fill in this position to the end of the year, or it can be held until the election. It all depends on dates and that's.
one time, I had to finish out a term. Because otherwise it screws up the election deals. You know, 2 and 3 getting elected, you don't want to have 5 elected around here.
So you can look in the deck and find out whether or not you have to put somebody in for 3.
Because the last I looked at it, there isn't, exception for, for something for a volunteer. I just don't know what that kind of is. I
Yeah, this is my house. But I did get to the husband.
Compliance officer, Rick.
To help fit this in within the length of the hour and things like that, council has been directed if you have questions on any of this. However, one of the things I did want to bring up is there is a need for a municipal fine schedule to be approved by the council for non-compliance. We don't have anything like that. That's something I was going to talk to John about and how we look into that.
Yeah, and I think we discussed that a while ago.
We did. That didn't-
Right.
Pointed it out to the mountain.
There's, certain things, but I think basically.
Yeah, we're definitely-
Expand it.
We're going to expand and see what we need.
Yeah.
Also working with Kate, my school director's office with some more information. I'll be kind of going class or quite a few things on how nuisance properties, condemnation procedures, special assessments work. We do have a contractor that did show up from sewer doing per that DNR report. And we did finally get an engineering study. And they're gonna try to give us a call on what we're gonna end up looking at for that thing. When we get to that. And then again, there's the normal duties with compliance in here, so. We'll have it out there.
The lagoon is part of compliance? The lagoon is part of compliance? Is the lagoon part of the compliance, or the city ordinance officer's job? Is that part of it? That's my question. Out there, or is that part of, the Kersey and, is my question, because we gotta pick lanes.
Basically, within 20 hours that I get a week to try to squeeze all this in, which I do work a hell of a lot more than 20 hours a week on this job, and I do not charge the city for it.
Pick your.
I also do whatever else the mayor asks me to do,
Well, pat yourself on the back.
and I don't talk to Danny a hell of a lot, other than having coffee with him.
No, but you sure yell at other people.
So anyway, there's a lot of things that my skill set brings into focus when it comes to helping the city, and that is what I'm here to do, is help them. I don't have to be here,
No, you don't.
and there's a lot of times that I won't be here,
You talk a
but
lot.
I'm here, and I'm helping who I can, as much as I can, within the hours given. And if you don't like it, I don't care.
I know you don't, and that's the problem.
So,
That's the problem, Rick.
I'm pretty much done.
You could pay cat said. That's what I'm talking about, John.
She,
Library.
she got me something right before I have her library report for the month of May. Books purchased 24, no DVDs, no audios, assistance to patrons 2. In library use materials in 1, out 1, no volunteers. 126 items were checked out, 16 renewals. Wi-Fi use of 176, people entering the library were 15. Items checked in, 116. Computer usage was 20 persons. Bridges use, which is the online library, it was 26. Circulation by residency, 100 in city, 104 out. There's Dana, Jefferson, Ogden, rural had 8 in, 11 out, open access was 3 outside city limits. So a total of 126 in, 116 out. And this was the books they bought and the cost of each book. So library report. And they have a magic show coming up June 21st. This is the flyer that we'll be posting on Facebook and around town. It's a show for everybody. It'll be here at the community center in this room, June 21st at 1:30. Here's the end of the library report. My weekly report is I am still learning. I've been working with keywords, I've been working with Angie, going through things, using the Iowa Leagues of Cities for answers that I don't have. I've been in contact with the state of Iowa, I've been in contact with many departments of the state of Iowa. I've been discussing things with Mr. Law, and obviously working with Brett, Jerry on other items in the city. Right now, my job is always a surprise because no offense, the person that was here left no notes as to what's going on, where they're at with anything, and what I have to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. So right now, I'm learning.
And that is appreciated, but wasn't she brought back in to help you?
For 2 hours, and she showed me the computer system and where to find, like, she showed me the Iowa League of Cities website, she showed me, just resource websites is all she showed me. So my life was a surprise every time I walk in the door.
I apologize, I didn't realize that.
I
apologize.
That's
So
okay.
one more time, give me one.
That's okay. Wait, say
Exactly, because
I had no training.
I assumed Angie literally
And
had
you get
every single, no, I thought you knew Barbara's, honestly. I mean, everything Barbara did, and I
I
thought,
did all the finance stuff.
you know.
As I said, without her at
realistic.
this point, I would have been totally lost because I wouldn't have even known that side of it.
It's okay.
Okay, I got one more thing to add before I is over my shop, I got a humongous file of all the old records.
You have a good night. Be safe.
None.
Oh, I apologize, Sherry, she was.
And they're over in my shop, they were over in the fire department, they want them out of there. A lot of history there. Years and years ago. Where do you want
You give them to me?
it? Over here?
How much ever cost? You got a file cabinet, one file cabinet?
Wait, file cabinet, file cabinet.
One file?
It's one concrete.
It's heavy.
It's ridiculous.
And
Is there a quarter in there?
No, put stuff in there.
Can you lock tools?
It's full. Maximum occupancy, no more stuff.
Well, that's, there's some of it to overseeing old lawn. I don't know. You know, I was coupons in, I could have turned them in for
Really?
It says if you only, if you don't use coupons, the city owes you money. But they're old.
Everybody's really old bonds.
Minutes.
Does this mean I'm gonna need it?
I have them under that.
So, I'm just saying, it'd be nice to keep those files.
Oh, see, that's like.
So that's, yeah, we got our intention.
Yeah.
This is just my opinion, but we built this community center. I think we could use some of it to use as a memorial for stuff around town. And that could be, you know, part of it, you know, put them in a showcase.
Well, they're sitting over here, you know. And I just hate to see them get destroyed.
Yeah, that's what I mean, make use of them.
Old bangers, you know, it's.
If we can have it in there, it's like, you know, file. put it into this Green Gable building.
Yeah, there you go.
It'll hold it down.
Yeah, well, some of these farms that, if they, people's trust the bank, you have this keep on, you get money. I had to go to more.
Give it a try. It might take first.
Oh, yeah.
They go right fire free.
You guys ain't Brad?
Pancake breakfast, July 3rd. Please come, we need money.
Here,
Yep. 7 to 10, we're serving.
give me yours.
Yes, we are with the station, all of it. So, $5 for adults, $3 for 5 to 12, and $5 free.
Did you say 5 to 12 was free?
5 to 12 is $3, yeah, $5 is free.
We can call them, get orders to go.
Yes, you can. Yep. Oh, yeah, yep, just keep the call out already.
God bless it.
Next one's go ahead.
Motion figures. All right, there we go. It's unanimous. And we could, please,
Yes, what do you guys?
Well, that's what.